The headlines scream of rivalry. It's a familiar story, isn't it? A narrative polished and perfected over decades, served to us daily with our morning coffee. We see the flashes of cameras on a rain-slicked London street, the forced smiles at a public gala, the carefully worded statements released just in time for the evening news. It's a spectacle. A grand performance designed for maximum emotional impact. We're told of sibling betrayals, whispered conversations in palace corridors that somehow find their way into the public domain. We read about personal resentments, deep-seated animosities that supposedly dictate the course of an entire institution. Every glance is analysed, every gesture deconstructed. The media machine, a well-oiled engine of speculation, churns out endless columns dissecting the human drama. Who is up, who is down, who is in favour, and who has been cast out. It's the story we've been fed for years, a serialized drama with a rotating cast of characters, each playing their designated role. The rebel, the traditionalist, the outsider, the heir. These archetypes are irresistible, tapping into our most basic understanding of story and conflict. And we, the public, are the captivated audience. We choose sides, we debate motives, we become emotionally invested in the lives of people we will never meet. We focus on the players, on the individual drama. And that is precisely the point. The entire production is a masterclass in misdirection, a sleight of hand on a national scale. While our attention is meticulously guided towards the personal squabbles and the fashion choices, the real business of power continues, uninterrupted in the shadows. The choreography of the paparazzi, the timing of the scandalous leaks, it's all too perfect, too convenient. It serves a purpose. It ensures we are looking over here, at the glittering soap opera, while the truly significant decisions are made over there. Decisions about land, about money, about influence. Decisions that shape policy and affect the lives of millions, yet receive a fraction of the scrutiny applied to a misplaced royal wave. The personalities become a shield, a human firewall deflecting any real inquiry into the institution itself. The more we talk about them, the less we talk about the system they represent. But behind the velvet curtains, a deeper truth hides. Whispers. It's a truth that is colder, more complex, and far more consequential than any family feud. It's a truth about structures, not squabbles, about finance, not feelings. It's a story of immense, often invisible power that operates just beyond our line of sight, protected by the very drama we find so engrossing. This is the truth no one in the establishment dares to admit. Because admitting it would mean acknowledging that the public spectacle is not the main event, but the diversion. It would force a conversation not about personalities, but about power, privilege, and the quiet, systematic consolidation of influence that happens while we are all looking the other way. And that is a conversation they cannot afford to have. The feuds are a necessary distraction, but to call them mere family squabbles is to miss the point entirely. This isn't just drama, it's state-of-the-art stagecraft, meticulously designed and deployed. It operates on a simple, brutal principle of attention economics. The public's focus is a finite resource, and if it can be consumed by spectacle, it cannot be spent on scrutiny. Think of it as a grand stage play, performed for an audience of millions. The characters are familiar, the plot lines emotionally charged, and the coverage relentless. Every disagreement, every perceived slight, is amplified into a national conversation. It's a narrative engine that feeds on itself, expertly managed to keep the public focused on the family, on personalities rather than policies, on gossip rather than governance. And while we are all looking one way, debating who said what to whom, the real danger unfolds in the background, shielded from the glare of the spotlight. The timing is never an accident. Notice how a major family scandal often erupts just as a controversial piece of legislation is being debated, or when an uncomfortable economic report is due for release. It's a classic misdirection, a sleight of hand performed on a national scale. This isn't to suggest the players in the drama are all knowing participants. Many are simply acting out their roles, caught in a system far larger than themselves. But the architects of this theatre, the unseen advisors, the strategists in the grey suits, the powerful interests who benefit from the public's diverted gaze, they understand the game perfectly. They know that a well-placed story can be more effective than any law. And what are they protecting? What requires such an elaborate and expensive diversion? The answer lies buried in the places no one is encouraged to look. In the footnotes of corporate filings, in the opaque legal structures of massive offshore accounts. It's found in the quiet backroom deals that constitute a modern form of political influence peddling, where access is traded for favorable outcomes, and democracy is subtly eroded, one handshake at a time. This is a web of financial and political interests so vast, so deeply embedded within the establishment, that its exposure would represent an existential threat. It is corruption on a scale that threatens to bring the entire system down. The family drama isn't the story, it's the cover story. And the longer we keep watching the show, the more the hidden hand is free to move, unopposed in the shadows. The real war is not between brothers. That's the story we're sold, the one that fills the front pages and fuels endless speculation. It's a compelling narrative, simple and personal, but it's a masterful illusion. The true conflict is far more systemic and far more dangerous. It's a quiet, relentless battle between the royal house as an institution and the unseen network of shadow interests that have come to control its destiny from behind the curtain. These are not monarchs or heirs. They are financiers, legal architects, and political operators who thrive in the grey areas of power. They understand that direct control is clumsy. Instead, they manipulate the incentives. They create the pathways of access, deciding who gets a seat at the table and who is left outside. Every public spat, every family feud is a calculated move on their board. These feuds are amplified, even manufactured, through carefully placed leaks and media briefings. Why? To create a smokescreen, a constant state of crisis and drama that ensures we never look at the audit books. We never scrutinize the opaque trusts and holding companies. We never question the land deals where acres of public-facing heritage are leveraged for private gain. And most importantly, we never look at the real secret, the architecture of plausible deniability that protects this entire system. It's a structure designed so that no single person can be held accountable, while the network as a whole profits. The family drama isn't the story, it's the cover story. The feuds are easier to report. The truth is far more dangerous. The scandal isn't personal, it's systemic. And until we look past the drama, the real truth behind the royal feuds will remain the secret no one dares admit. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.